the rallies and town halls against Rachel Notley and the NDP are not stopping. Albertans are still outraged over the lack of consultation with farmers and stakeholders when the NDP rammed through their farm unionization law, Bill 6. And many people reject the carbon tax as a backdoor sales tax on everything and as a direct attack on oil and gas. It's basically a tax on living in this climate. Have you tried staying alive without fossil fuels in Alberta? It's tough. And I think many of the urban liberal types who want you and I to live without fossil fuels wouldn't last as long as you and I could. Now, before Christmas, I caught up to one such rally along the side of the highway in Sylvan Lake. It was snowing, blowing, and minus 20 that day. But concerned Albertans lined the side of the highway, getting signatures on their petitions to ask the government to stop both Bill 6 and the carbon tax. The rally organizers told me over the course of the rally, a few hundred people had come and gone based on their own sign-up sheets. I spoke to a few of these really tough, hardy Albertans. Just listen.
My name's Sherry Hutlett from Sylvan Lake, Alberta, and we're standing here protesting NDP. It's about time that we are heard. Nobody's listening to us, and I'm hoping that she sees this loud and clear. It's about time someone stood up for our rights, and nobody else will if we don't.
I'm Sue, and I look after an events and places page on Facebook. It's updated several times a day, and it's continuous. It lists all of the businesses across the provinces that have the petitions and support this initiative. People can go and sign there, or events ongoing all across the province every single day, continuous rallies. So we're going to do this and stand up for Alberta.
Now, some of these people are trying to send a message, and others, like George Clark, are trying to force the government to hold a plebiscite or an opportunity for the public to vote on Bill 6 and the carbon tax. Here.
Are we going to give Ms. Notley the biggest petition she's ever seen? Yes, we will. And that petition, we will keep growing it right up until the second Tuesday in February, which is start of spring session, if that's what it takes. If she wants 500,000 names on a petition to listen to our plea, then that's what we'll give her. And if that's not enough, we'll keep going and we'll give her 1 million. And if that's not enough, we'll take it past the majority of the Alberta electorates so that she has no choice. Give us our chance to have her voice heard on a simple yes-no on both carbon pricing taxation and on this bill that she's already passed, Bill 6, which is having such a severe impact and detrimental effect on our poor farmers.
Now, the last time a province-wide plebiscite was held in Alberta was over 50 years ago. And even if Mr. Clark is successful, the results of a plebiscite aren't legally binding. Now, that snowstorm rally was just before Christmas, and if Rachel Notley thought the outraged Albertans were going away, she was wrong. Thursday night, I caught up to an anti-NDP town hall in the oil and gas community of Drayton Valley. There was a long line of tables set up to take signatures on their petitions, and as always, there were donations to the food bank. And I brought with me the Rebels Stop the Carbon Tax signs. I spoke to some of the people who took our signs home about how the NDP policies are affecting them and how it's hurting their oil and gas town.
I just want to see our province being run better. I think it's irresponsible of the government just to go on a rampage like that and just charge and charge money to us citizens and not consult with the people of the province.
We have lived here our whole lives, and we have seen this town prosper, and now we are seeing it die. It is very sad, and we need to make Rachel Notley accountable. We voted her in as people, and we need to make her accountable. And we need to stop the carbon tax. We need her to actually work with farmers, not just her own opinions. We need to change this now and stop it.
I have been unemployed in the oil industry since January 7th of 2015. I've gone through the unemployment. I have run out of benefits. I've gone to welfare. I've just been absolutely disgraced by our government.
Now this week, the Canadian Federation of Independent Business released their latest business barometer that showed small business confidence is at an all-time low in Alberta, It's the lowest the CFIB has seen not only in Alberta but across all provinces since they started tracking this data 15 years ago. The Alberta advantage, as we used to know it and be so proud of, is dead and gone. Now, a trucking company owner told me the exact same thing the CFIB is saying. Just listen.
I own a trucking company in Drayton, and before the election, we were so busy that I did half of the work we got calls for. We didn't want to expand. We looked after our debt load, and we're good tax contributing Albertans that worked hard and worked my company up to what it is. Now we are not getting enough calls to support ourselves. We have laid off all of our employees. The only ones we have is my 2 sons, myself and my wife, and we should all be unemployed.
And again, I spoke to George Clark, the plebiscite man, again, about what happens next for him.
We're going to exhibit to the entire world how to properly exercise their democratic rights in controlling a government that refuses to listen to the majority of the people. And after we do it, and once we do it, the rest of Canada and perhaps the rest of the world might start following our example.
Now, if you want a bright red Stop the Carbon Tax sign, go to stopthecarbotax.com, sign the petition, and sign up to get one of these big red beauties. And I'll be at future events around the province with them too. Albertans are trying to send a message. But is anybody in Rachel Notley's government listening? I don't think so. For TheRebel.media, I'm Sheila Gunn Reid.